founder sir, BPT founder sir, savior of the whole world, Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhautana Ishtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 20, text number 13 to 15. Rajaha Pradanat Mahataha Rajah Pradanan Mahatas Trilingaha Daiva Choditat Trilingo Daiva Choditat Jataha Sasarja Bhutadihi Jata Sasarja Bhutadir Vyat Adini Panchakaha Vyat Adini Panchakaha Rajah Pradanan Mahatas Trilingo Daiva Choditat Jata Sasarja Bhutadir Vyat Adini Panchasaha Rajah Pradanan Mahatas Trilingo Daiva Choditat Jatas Sasarja Bhutadir Vyat Adini Panchasaha. In which the element of Rajaha or passion predominates. Mahataha from the mahat-tattva. Trilingaha of three kinds. Daiva Choditat impelled by superior authority. Jataha was born. Sasarja evolved. Bhuta Adihi the false ego, origin of the material elements. Vyat the ether. Adini beginning with. Panchasaha in groups of 5. Translation purport by Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada. As impelled by the destiny of the jivas, the false ego, which is of three kinds, evolved from the mahat-tattva, in which the element of rajas predominates. From ego, in turn, evolved many groups of 5 principles. Please repeat the translation. As impelled by the destiny of the jiva, the false ego, which is of three kinds, evolved from the mahat-tattva, in which the element rajas predominates. From the ego, in turn, evolved many groups of 5 principles. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The primordial matter or prakriti, material nature consisting of 3 modes, generates 4 groups of 5. The first group is called elementary and consists of earth, water, fire, air and ether. The second group of 5 is called tanmatra, referring to the subtle elements, sense objects, sound, touch, form, taste and smell. The third group is the 5 sense organs for acquiring knowledge, eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. The fourth group is the 5 working senses, speech, hands, feet, anus and genitals. Some say that there are 5 groups of 5. One group is the sense objects, one is the 5 elements, one is the 5 sense organs for acquiring knowledge, another is the senses for working, and the 5th group is the 5 deities who control these divisions. Next verse I will recite myself. Tani चैकैकशः स्रष्टुम् असमर्थानि भौतिकं संहत्या दैवयोगेन हैमम् अंडम् avasrujan. Separately unable to produce the material universe, they combined with the help of the energy of the Supreme Lord and were able to produce a shining egg. Sa asayishtabdhi shailile andakosho niratmakaha sagram vai varsha sahasram anvavatsid tamishwaraha. For over 1000 years, the shiny egg lay on the waters of the Causal Ocean in the lifeless state. Then the Lord entered in as Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu. Purport. From this verse, it appears that all the universes are floating in the Causal Ocean. That's the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om ajnanatimiraandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshuram milisam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Nama om Vishnu padaya Krishna prashtaya bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the systematic evolution of elements and manifestation of universe has been explained in these verses here. So it says here, Rajah Pradhanan Mahataha. The mahat-tattva, when Rajoguna became prominent, Trilingo Daiva Choditat, and by the energy of the Lord, Trilingaha, under the three modes perspective, Jata Sasarja Bhutadihi. Jataha, that manifested as false ego, and further evolved, Sasarjaha, evolved, created, Vyad Adini Panchashaha, various elements of categories of 5 each. So what are that 5 elements that have been explained here are? The first group is called as elements, basically Panchabhutani, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Then there is a subtle elements known as Tanmatraha, also known as sense objects. Sound, touch, form, taste and smell. The third group is known as Jnanendriya, which is eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. The fourth group is known as Karmendriya, working senses. Speech, hands, feet, anus and genitals. And they say there is a fifth group which is called as the deities who oversee the function of the senses and the sense objects. And next further what happened? Tani chaikaikashaha shrashtum asamarthani bhautikam. They all independently are unable to produce anything. Asamarthani. Bhautikam into factual aspect. Samhatya daiva yogena haimam andam avashrajam. Then they all mixed together with the potency of the Lord. Then they formed into a golden egg. Haimam means it's like a shining egg. Then how long did the egg exist? So, asaitabdhi shalile andakosho niratmakaha. So it was niratmakaha means without any conscious state. It was in a dull state. Sagaram vai varsha sahasram. And how long? Varsha sahasram, for 1000 years. On that water it was floating, that egg. Anvavatsid tam ishvaraha. After that time, the Lord who is there on that water, Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu, he entered into that water. He entered into the universe. The Lord entered into the universe as Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu. So what is this destiny of the jivas? Based on this destiny only, everything is evolved. So when a living entity, when he is quitting his body, he has many impressions in his mind, many desires, which were fulfilled partially in that lifetime, which could not be fulfilled. And with a desire to achieve that, when he goes back into the unconscious state, the Lord gives him an opportunity in the next life to fulfill some of the opportunities. Because not everything can be fulfilled in that one particular point. Because if it has to be fulfilled, various other considerations are there. So generally we say whenever a living entity takes birth, karmana daiva netrena jantur deho upapatyate. According to his karma and daiva netrena, by the supervision of the divine, his next body is formulated. So various desires require various bodies. So in this life, one body for some fulfillment. In next life, some other body for some other desires fulfillment. It will happen. And here also the elemental evolution, if you see. So systematically, one element after another element evolve. What is the first element to evolve? Ether, sound. Sound is persistence in the ether. Again, for the intermixture of the Lord, the sound evolved to next one, air. In air there is sound, and along with that there is a touch. Air you can feel, cold air, hot air, you can feel the experience. Then again by the divine supervision, from air evolved, next element is fire. In the fire elements, three aspects are there. That is touch, there is sound, there is form. You can see the form of a fire. Then from fire, the next element, water. We can always experience when you have excessive heat in the body, you get cold. From fire, water evolves. So in the water element, there is one more thing which got added along with form, sound, touch, is taste. Then from water, the next element which got evolved was the earth, which has all the five tanmatras: form, sound, smell, taste and touch. And who are the devatas who are overseeing? The fire is overseen by Surya. The ether is overseen by Dik devatas. The earth was overseen by Ashwini Kumaras. The water was overseen by Varuna. And the air was overseen by Vayu. And there are again these five working senses: hands, legs, tongue, anus and genitals. And they are also overseen by some Dik Devata, some deities. Hands are overseen by Indra. The legs are overseen by Upendra. The tongue is overseen by Agni Deva. The anus is overseen by Mrityu, assisted by Yama. The genitals are overseen by Prajapati. So various elements, various personalities overseeing that elements. Like for example, if our eyes has to blink, so there is a material body mechanism. There is a deity who is supervising this mechanism. And above that there is Supreme Lord who is giving sanction. So like that systematic evolution of elements and their combinations of next further have been processed here. So from all these points, what we have to understand, so Bhagavatam in this chapter, it is explaining about the evolution of elemental level and how this material universe were created. See, Brahma started explaining why. Because Manu wanted a place to stay. Now after Manu got a place to stay, what did they do further? How the living entities were generated. So to living entities to generate, all the essential elements required for them are being manifested now. Like if you want to build a house, suddenly house will manifest. What do you have to do? Select a land, then you have to do a visualization how the house has to be built, structures, everything and all. Then materials have to be procured. Then people have to come assemble the materials. So arrangement, rearrangement, many things will happen there. So it's not just one day I decided I wanted a house, house is manifested. No. There are many elemental aspects into that creation of that house. So the same thing in the material universe has to manifest. There are many levels of details. That's what this Bhagavatam is explaining. So in Bhagavatam there is one principle called 10 elements. Entire Bhagavatam, these 10 subjects are described. There are perspectives, there are 18 Puranas, some are considered as regular Puranas, some are considered as Maha Purana. In regular Puranas, only 5 elements are primarily described. In Bhagavatam, like Maha Puranas, there are 10 elements which are primarily described. So in 2.10.1, Krishna explains about these 10 subjects of Bhagavatam. He says, Shuka Uvacha, Shukadeva Goswami is saying, Atra Sargo Visargasya. The first one is known as Sarga. Then the second element is known as Visarga. Sthanam Poshanam Utayaha. Then the third one is known as Sthanam, planetary systems. Poshanam, protection by the Lord. Utayaha, the creative impetus. Manvantareshu Anukataha. Then the Manvantaraha means the change of Manus. Isha Anukataha means the signs of God. Nirodho Mukti Rashrayaha. Nirodha means returning home. Mukti means liberation. And Ashraya means complete Samambona. So Bhagavatam primarily concentrates on these 10 aspects, 10 subjects. Not that one canto is allocated to one particular element. It will be a combination of various points in this assortment. So here the Sarja, what is it? Sargaha. Sargaha means the creation element has been explained. So what is this? How these things happen? The 10 elements are elaborated. Sargaha means the first creation by Vishnu, bringing forth 5 gross material elements, 5 objects of sense perception, the 10 senses, the mind, intelligence, false ego, and total material energy known as mahat-tattva. For entire material universe to consist, first you require these 24 elements for operation. So this is called as Sankhya philosophy. The Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna explained what does this material world comprise of. Maha Bhutani Ahankaro Buddhir Avyaktamevacha Indriyani Dashaikamcha Pancha Chendriya Gochara. He says these 24 elements are, these are the 24 elements. Maha Bhutani Ahankaraha, the 5 great elements, Maha Bhutani, Ahankaraha, false ego. Buddhir Avyaktamevacha, then there is intelligence, then there is unmanifested. Indriyani Dasha Ekamcha, there are 11 senses which includes the mind. Pancha Chendriya Gocharaha, and 5 sense objects. These are the 24 elements for this manifested universe, the raw materials for this universe. Just these materials is sufficient, or else anything else is to be added? You require jīva, you require one Paramatma, and you require time. There is a start date, there is an end date. The time to monitor everything. So this Sharira, when it is taken birth, there is a death date already fixed. So a clock moves. The universe, there is a manifested date, there is an ending date fixed. So like that, everything goes by time. So altogether, these 28 elements, 27 to 28 elements, they say, these primarily constitute this universe. The Sarga is the first, this setting up of these 28 elements. So then next is Visarga, subsequent creation. What does Brahma do? 24 elements are created. Now what is Brahma doing here? The secondary creation work is done by Brahma by producing moving and non-moving bodies into the universe. Now matter is there, now spirit is there. He will assign matter to spirit. So this jīva, he has to stay in this planet, this kind of form. He is assigning only the activities. He is not creating any living entity. The living entities were created by the Lord. The material bodies were created by the Lord. What Brahma does is match the following. For particular living entity, according to his desire, you have to get there. For another living entity, you have to take form in this thing. This is what Brahma is doing. This is called as Visarga, subsequent creation. Then third element, Sthanaha. Sthanaha. Now, for all these living entities to stay, you require certain planetary systems. In this 14 planetary system, Bhur, Bhuva, Swar, Mahar, Jana, Tapa, Satyaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala. So accordingly, the planetary systems have to be set up. Now bodies have been given, now places have to be set up. This is known as Sthanaha. Then Poshana. Poshana is the Lord's maintenance and protection by the Lord towards his devotees. Generally, as a king maintains his citizens, he protects his citizens from thieves, rogues, everything and all. So Lord maintains this universe with all the system set up, especially his devotees, and he provides protection to all living entities also, but especially towards his devotees. Then utihi. Utihi means the urge to create, impetus to create. So this is the cause for everything to manifest. Brahma Jijnasa, that curativeness to learn, is the principle for knowledge. So that yutihi to creation is the further principle for manifestation of time, space and objects. According to time, place, circumstances, everything becomes available. Then Manuvantaraha. Then this day of Brahma is divided into 14 parts, each headed by one Manu, who is an incarnation of the Lord, or who is the energy of the Lord, who gives guidelines for the living entities in that specific period, how to proceed towards reaching the Lord, and how they can manage this material universe in this living also. Then Isha-anukataha. These are the scriptural references about the Lord and his pastimes. Isha-anukataha. So by which various pastimes of the Lord the jīva gets to know, and he develops attachment for the Lord and detachment for matter. Then Nirodha. Now at the end of Brahma's night, what will happen? Everything will be wound up. All elements in a systematic way, how they have evolved, they'll all go back to that single particle where everything got evolved, like everything becomes merged back. And the Supreme Lord also goes to sleep. All the living entity with their subtle impressions, gross body is gone. They have subtle impressions. With their subtle body, they enter into the belly of the Lord, and they are all in a resting state. Nirodha means no activity. Everything is in a silent state, everything in a sleepy state. The Lord is also in the Yoga Nidra posture. Then Muktihi. By chance the jīva, he gets attached to practicing these devotional principles. He becomes free from these gross and subtle bodies, and he becomes eligible for going back home, back to God. So Muktihi is the principle by which he can become liberated. And the last aspect, with the last subject, which primarily 10th canto is the focus, which is known as Ashrayaha, Samambonam, the Supreme Lord, who gives us mukti, but we should know completely who is that Lord, what is his activities, how he performs various pastimes, and what are his criteria, and many other details about the Supreme Lord. It is from whom everything emanates, and whom everything rests, and in whom everything merges after annihilation. He is the source and support of all. So how to understand that personality? By these various aspects. The 10th subject element, which is known as Samambonam or Ashrayaha, is elaborately explained. So in this way, these 10 subjects of Bhagavatam are focused. So now the elemental evolution will further continue. So by all these things, what are we getting to know? So how a jīva, if he has to come to this material world, what and all things background happens? We may think just we took birth. No, there are many things. You see, for this universe itself to manifest into a live action, it was lying on that water for 1000 years. The just manifested universe with no activity. It is for 1000 years. It is simply lying there. And all these things you may consider it is only just a breathing space of Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu. Within this breathing space, this 1000 years, this egg is there. Then Brahma will take birth. Then he will do meditation for so many years. Half of his lifetime he does meditation, it seems, to understand what to do with this universe. Suddenly he was placed on the top of the lotus flower and he doesn't know what to do. So he goes into meditation and he does understand where to start with. So that itself is considered like 50 years of his lifetime he does meditation. Sometimes it says 100 years of his lifetime also is finished in that meditation itself. So there's so much time period, whatever we are saying, it's just a glimpse of Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu, just by his inhale and exhale, that much time. So all these perspectives for us to understand, you have to know how Lord performs his pastimes. Like for one glimpse example, all these things we hear but we can't relate. We can't appreciate. So one day when Krishna was along with his gopis and gopa friends in Kamyavan, So Krishna took his cows to herding there. So there was a huge lake, and opposite side lake there was one small place where gopis have to climb. If directly they would have crossed the lake, it would be shorter distance. Because they are taking a detour of the lake, it is very long distance. So when they all assembled there, all the gopis started discussing. See, we know of Lord Rama, because they saw so many monkeys in that area. They all came to offer respects to Lord Krishna there. By seeing the monkeys, the gopis became inspired, and they said, so many monkeys were there in Ramachandra's time. Lord Ramachandra, when his wife was stolen away, she was hidden inside Lanka. He had to cross the ocean. So Lord Ramachandra inspired all the monkeys to perform a Herculean task. They built a bridge in very short span. So they were glorifying Lord Ramachandra's activities. So Krishna was silently hearing, and he was thinking, yes, they are all talking about me only. So after some time, Krishna said, yes, you are talking about me. I am that same Lord Ramachandra. I was the one who made this bridge, and I was the one who crossed the bridge, went to Lanka, killed Ravana, brought back Sita. So then Gopi started laughing. Simply stop your boastful activities. We know who you are. You are son of Nanda Maharaj. You are a cowherd boy. You are not Ramachandra. We know character of Ramachandra. You are ulta to Ramachandra's character. Then when they started saying, then Krishna said, no. I am the same personality. You can't realize me. Then gopis, when they were challenged, they said, if you are Ramachandra, build a bridge now and show us that you are Ramachandra. You are capable of building a bridge. Then Krishna said, okay, gopis, do one thing. All of you go and get all the stones here. I'll build a bridge. Then they said, if you are Ramachandra, you should use your monkeys. Why are you using us? So ask your monkeys to assemble and get all the stones. Then Krishna immediately started playing his flute, and all the monkeys assembled there, and immediately they started activity. They were bringing stones, and Krishna was personally throwing the stones into the water. So by the touch of the Lord, all the stones were floating, and the bridge was made. And when the bridge was made, Krishna himself walked on the bridge from this side to that side, and to show, yes, this bridge is capable. This is not something like it's a magician's trick, where something you show just for visualization, it will not work. Krishna walked on that, and he showed to the gopis, see, now the bridge is built. After building the bridge, then some of the gopis started laughing. Vishaka started laughing. Now I know the trick behind this bridge. He said, what is the trick? I just showed the bridge. I walked on it. I built it. No, it's a trick. It's a magic. What is this a magic? Krishna said, what is magic? He said, no, all these things, by worshipping Shakti worshippers also will do this magic and all. We have seen many people. They create something. They do this magic, all these things and all. This is also one of the magic. You are not a Ramachandra at all. You are also worshipper of Shakti. That's why by mercy of Shakti, you built this bridge. So like that, then Krishna said, no, I am that same person. Then he installed at the end of the other side of the bridge, like Rameshwaram, he installed Ramalingeshwara there. Then there was Ashokavati there to represent how Sita was staying there. When he manifested the entire Leela, visualization to them, then all the gopis realized, yes, Krishna is that supreme personality, the same Ramachandra who had manifested before all of us. And all the monkeys saluted the Lord and all the gopis. See, when Krishna displays to us, even we doubt sometimes, Hare, is he Krishna? Because material world is full of cheaters. Everybody wants to claim themselves as the superior personality. The whole principle the jīva is in this material world is, he is rebelling against the will of the Lord. In spiritual world, everybody wants to serve the Lord. But one desire, why I can't become like Krishna? Why I can't control everyone? Why I can't be the master of everyone? Why I can't be the Lord of everyone? So with that desire, jīva rebelled against the Lord, and Lord, who is ready to fulfill the desires of his devotees, even in a wrong way, he said, okay, I will fulfill even this desire. He manifested this material world, which is 180 degrees ulta. See, everything, whatever present in the spiritual world is in negative perspective here. The nature of spiritual world is Sat, Chit, Ananda. The ulta of this is Asat, Achit, Nirananda. Because see, nobody wants to die in this material world. We always want to be eternal, but we die. Asat. Whatever we see, we want to capture that knowledge. We want to hold on to that knowledge. Chit, but we forget. Achit. And we are always aspiring for happiness. We don't want distress at all. But distress is enforced upon us and happiness is given only in glimpses, Nirananda. So Lord made a place and where we can experience out of frustration when we give up this place. This is not our original place. And when we desire to go back home, back to Godhead, the Lord takes us back so that we will never repeat this mistake again in our life. So this way, this material world is like a punishment place where the jiva comes here, reforms himself and goes back, and so that he will not disturb the Lord again in his activities. That's how this material world is manifested. So the Lord, how he performs his pastimes, how he relieves us in this material world, and who becomes qualified to receive the mercy of the Lord. For all these aspects, it is important that we come in touch with the spiritual master, the pure devotee. So when we are in association of the Supreme Lord, through pure devotee, the pure devotee gives us the guidance and he trains us. Once you go back, what you should do. So there was one devotee, an young man, a small boy, in the perspective, he is known as Adhaya. Adhaya, Dai means 2.5. So he is a boy, innocent young man. Every day he eats 2.5 kgs of food. So if it is a chapati, he requires 2.5 kgs of wheat flour by which he will make chapati and he will eat. So he is known as Adhaya. Adhaya. So when his parents passed away, there was nobody to take care of him. He went to an ashrama. There was one devotee there who was taking care of the ashrama. He is a good, respected devotee. So he went to him and he said, "My dear sir, I am an orphan, nobody to take care. I am here surrendering at your lotus feet. Please maintain me. But one condition, every day I require 2.5 kgs of wheat flour for my stomach to fill. But that is my basic requirement." Then they said, "Okay, we will provide you 2.5 kgs of wheat flour for you to eat. But what and all can you do? So how you can give back to the ashrama?" He said, "I can do anything. Whatever you say, I will do. Take care of cows, clean the ashrama, bring grass, many things. Like what and all manual labor you require, I will do everything." So they became very happy. And they gave him the requirement. Every day he was taken to the grocery person who was maintaining, and he was said, every day 2.5 kgs to him issue. So next day morning, he was given the task of going to the Gocharana, taking all the cows and making them feed. And that day was an Ekadashi. And that day, there was no food in the ashrama. And they said, "Do one thing, you take this 2.5 kg, when you go there, in the process, while the cows are grazing, you make your dough, and some potatoes were also given, and collect some cow dung cakes, you make the chapatis there, and you cook some sabji, and anything before eating, you should offer to the Lord." Then he asked, "What is offering and what are the process I should involve?" They explained him some mantras. You should invite Lord Ramachandra and you should offer him this food. So he understood that, okay, this is the process. He took the flour, he took some potatoes, and when he went to the forest that day, all the cows were grazing. He became hungry by noontime. Then he took that flour and he started making atta into molds. Then he made some wood fire and with the cow dung cakes. Then he built a fire, and onto that tawa something he is making rotis. And with that potato he made some sabji, liquid sabji. Then he understood, now I have to offer to Ramachandra. So he don't know how to practically know what is the Lord, how does he look like. He folded his hands and he started praying, "My dear Lord, who are dear to our spiritual master, please come and accept the food." Because he know only his Guru. And he started praying through his Guru, "My dear Lord, who are very worshipable to our my Guru, please come and they accept the food." Then Lord Ramachandra came there by his sincerity and he started eating the food. When Ramachandra came, then when he started eating the food, this boy said, "Hare, how you can eat? You are supposed to eat with your eyes, not with your hands." No, then Ramachandra said, no, who had taught you that? I can eat with anything, I can eat with any organ like that and all. He started eating. Then what should I do? Then Ramachandra said, "You don't know, today is Ekadashi. That's why none of your devotees eat. Today it is only I will eat. You will not eat." So somehow he maintained his hunger. Then he said, okay, if you are coming, every day will you come, will you eat? So your taste is so nice that every day I will come and I will eat. Okay, today I will do one thing. When I go back, I will inform my guru to give more quantity so that you can also eat and I can also eat, or else I cannot survive. So he went back to the teacher in the evening and he said, my dear sir, from tomorrow, please give me 5 kgs. So he said, why 5 kg? Now your worshipable Lord has come. So he has eaten all my food today. I could not eat. I was hungry. So tomorrow onwards, give 5 kg. So because he was innocent and simple boy, the guru said to the person, give 5 kgs from tomorrow. So next day he took 5 kgs. So when he took, and again when he made the chapati, when he made everything, when he called the Lord today, Lord Ramachandra came along with his wife Sita Devi. Then he asked, who is this lady? He said, she is my dear wife, my dear companion. So, and what is this today special? No, we thought because you offered me great taste, I brought Sita Devi to learn how she can cook like you. So then she started, and she will eat like my quantity. So if I am eating 2.5 kg, she will also eat 2.5 kg. Then this boy offered everything, and then he was simply staring empty plates. Then he said, next time onwards, please inform if you are bringing more people. Today also I am hungry. Then he went back. Then he informed Guru, see, 5 kgs is not sufficient. Tomorrow onwards, give me 7.5 kg. Then again, next day when he went, when again he made offering, then Lakshmana came this time along with Sita. Then he asked, who is this? He is my brother, and he will be always like my shadow. Everywhere he will be there, and he serves both of us. And he will also eat the same quantity like our quantity. Again, no option. He served all the 7.5 kg to them. And again, evening, he said, next time, please inform. I'll bring more. Then he went back and he brought 10 kg. So next day, 10 kg again. When he offered, 4th person came. Hanuman came this time. Then he said, all the 4 people and Hanuman, who is he? He is my servant. He will does everything to me. Then 10 kgs is finished. That day also he was hungry. Then again he went back and he said, my dear Guru, I don't know what is happening. Every day your dear Lord is bringing one guest and they are eating everything. They are not giving me anything to eat. So you give me 15 kg this time. So one more opportunity. If you bring one person also, I'll have one more opportunity for me to eat. So he brought 15 kg, then he offered. Then this time Ramachandra brought 2 brothers, Bharata and Shatrugna. Now all 15 kgs is finished. Then finally he became hungry. Now almost 5 days he is hungry. He went back to his Guru. He said, tomorrow you give me 20 kg, full bag you give me. Guru was wondering, what is he doing? He is baking so many chapatis, 20 kg chapati. Whom is he feeding? Is he feeding the cows? Or is he eating alone himself? Or what is he doing? He said, let me go and see. So next day he made everything 20 kgs he took. He did not cook anything, but he started calling, my dear Lord, please come. When Lord came there with the entire team was there, then Rama, Lakshmana, Hanuman, Sita, the brothers. Then he said, today there is no smell, no aroma, no cooking happened. What happened? No, I just wanted to see. You said you are so great and you are so capable. You have so many servants. Now today I will sit. Now all of you cook and feed me today. Then Rama is bound now what he has to do. Then he looked at Sita. Then Sita said, okay, I will start cooking. But let me facilitate. I want somebody to get a stove, get the food, get the ingredients, means to burn the food. Then Hanuman went and started collecting dry wood. Lakshmana and Bharata and Shatrugna started cutting, bringing water, many other things. When the Naivedya was made, when it was offered, in the meantime Guru came there. And when he saw the entire, he was feeling to have darshan of Lord Ramachandra alone. It was for many millions and millions of years somebody does tapasya, he will have darshan of Lord Ramachandra. Here he is seeing the entire Rama Darbar there, and they are all cooking and trying to serve this boy. And he paid obeisances to the Lord, and he begged forgiveness on behalf of that boy and saying, my dear Lord, this boy has caused inconvenience for you. So much so that you are cooking, you are taking this job of cooking and supporting and for trying to feed this boy. Like the Guru was pleading, but Lord said, I am very happy. Because the boy was so sincere and serious, and he was only thinking of serving you without any complaint. Every day he was feeding me. But when he did not get, he did not feel bad. He was always saying, next day. He was not complaining. Or you have eaten everything, you have not given me anything. But that sincerity, for that seriousness of serving his Guru. Because he was always saying, my dear Lord, the master of my spiritual master, please come. So he was not always addressing the Lord also as directly the Supreme Lord. He was always feeling he is the master of my Guru. So the way how this boy is surrendered, his sincerity has attracted me. With his simple taste, he has captured me. So in that way, the Lord blessed him. The Lord blessed the Guru also. So in that way, the devotee, very soon, he became liberated personality and went back home, back to God. So this is how the Lord performs pastimes, leelas with his devotees. He captures their mind. He comes, he brings the devotees under his control. And devotees, when they become sincere, they bring the Lord under their control. This is how the Lord performs his pastimes in this material world. For us to relish, for us to enjoy, for us to become hooked up to his form, by his activities, by his narrations. So we all can also develop that desire like that boy, that one day we can go back home, back to God. So I'll stop here. Any questions or doubts? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, विश्व गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की।